Okay. Can you turn to the slide? Okay, thank you for coming. I'm very appreciate the Professor Tadam, your invitation to give me a chance to speak, give a talk here. Very famous around the world, IIT. And I know a story. The student from India to MIT, because why you go to MIT? Because just rejected by IIT. So this is a good story. Actually, one of my postdoc students, and also from IIT, his Sanyang, he's working very hard. And through the 3 years, he got quite a number of high quality publications, including IEEE journal and also CHI conference. So CHI is one of the most privileged conference in human-computer interaction area, and I think he will got a good offer either in Japan or in US. Yeah. So I'm from Kochi University of Technology because this is not like Hopkins University, it's well known around the world. So let me introduce a little bit the university. So the the university is located Shikoku Island, Kochi Prefecture. So this about 1 hour from here, from the Kochi to Tokyo, and also around 40 minutes to Osaka, and also 1 hour to Fukuoka and so on. We have 2 campuses. One is Kami campus in downtown, Kami campus in the countryside, and the Eikoji campus in the downtown Kochi. So here is the location. Yeah. So Kochi University of Technology is a very young university, and but the model is like MIT, the small size to do the good research. Good research. There's a building, there's a library, and the building. Yeah, that's a building for classroom. Yeah. So I think this is of goal for the university. This is a number of student information. For the doctor program, mainly from the foreigner country, we have a special scholarship. We provide a quite good number scholarship. This is another campus. We already had arguments with variety countries. So like this is a university. We already made MOU with IIT Mumbai. Then I hope this trip maybe make MOU with IIT Kharagpur. So this is international student information. So this is a dormitory. For special scholarship, we provide quite a good facility, dormitory. So we have several research center. My center is Center for Human Engaged Computing. It's one of the 7 centers. This is our school faculty members. This is the name of the centers. We have some good facilities, like we have one of the 7 centers. One center is working on the brain communication, using the function MRI. This in our university. This is a special scholarship. Yeah. So I don't want to go give you detail. So if you some student interested in this program, please contact me. So about my center, we have currently we have those projects. So I'd like to give you your roughly information. This project is under Japanese government and the Finland government the collaboration, doing the actually Sanyang is leading of this project. We are working on the user interface design for aging population. So mainly design the smartphone for elder people use, because currently the smartphone elder people could not use very well. So we want to find some the good user interface design for them, yeah. Especially for individual use. Yeah. This is an ongoing project. We established a model and designed the automation keyboard. We also do some use some deep learning, yeah, methodology, and we are also. This is one of my postdoc work, the model for multimodal body input. We want to replace the traditional Phys-Law. Phys-Law is very famous in the HA area. We want to establish a new model for the input for the body input, and I want to. So another work is a framework for interactive meditation. So today mainly is talk about the human concept. So as one of the case study of the concept, I'd like to give an introduction about this study in detail later. So we are. This is also a going research. We want to find some methodology for old people to easily use smartphone. And this is also a study for elder people to use smartphone to through the understanding the behavior, the eye and hand coordination. We are also one of student working on the evaluation interface aesthetics with some mathematical approach. So, so about the previous project already done last year, including we developed we call it UV pen hardware for pen interaction. So as you know, the current smartphone or touch screen, you can see the information, but when you close your eye to touch, you could not get any information because it's flat. Yeah. But use our UV pen we design, you can feel the different texture through our technology based on the haptic technology. Yeah. This is the detail. You can find the read the paper in Hca and SIGGRAPH. So yeah, we got base paper, and Hca is Hca paper. This study is about. We are also studying some apps for meditation. So this study, we want to understand the role of the human sense in interactive meditation. So I don't want to go to detail. You can find from the Hca conference. Another study is done by my previous PhD student. He was working on the motion marking menu interface for blind people, because blind people could not see any information, but we want to use some the sensor in the smartphone to help blind people to access even very limited information. So we studied, we investigated how blind user can achieve the levels, how many levels he can achieve, and also how many directions you can achieve. Yeah. Yeah. Because computer can understand where even 1 degree, but actually the people could not achieve 1 degree. But we can understand some range, then we can detect. We can use those information to design a kind of a menu for the blind people, for example. We also, because in our university, we have the function MR for brain science study. But there are mainly a few, the input device like this, there are mainly a few buttons. We want to do more HCI work in the function MR room. So we could not bring our keyboard and the mouse in it, but we want to, then we designed some devices using the IR, using the IR. So like this. So this, I think you can see the. This is also example using the the IR function. Yeah. So for more detail, you can go to our website. Then you can find more information about our projects. So today I'd like to talk about human engaged computing, but I heard there are less people working in HCI. Even maybe people don't understand what HCI is. So then I make the title from the human computer interaction to human engaged computing. So, so what is HCI? Actually, nobody can give exactly definition. Yeah. So, but in my understanding, when people in the loop of the system between the system and the human, then the HCI exists. So then we can say HCI is a bridge between the real world and the virtual world. So HCI can be see the relationship between the human and the computer. The computer including AI technology and the different kind of device. So in relation to the human future. So how HCI is important? I'd like to give you an example. Now we are using the GUI, graphic user interface. So actually the graphic user interface is not just a widget, icon, button, and shape design. Actually it is a kind of a paradigm. So why we can say this? So from the story, the Steve Jobs visited Xerox laboratory. Then he saw the concept GUI. Then of course he made the first Apple computer based on the concept. He did say this story in this book. It's a very interesting book. I think a student, even faculty member in working on the computer science should read this book. He did say, Steve Jobs, the Xerox could have owned the entire computer industry today. Could have been, a company in 10 times its size. Could have been IBM, could have been the IBM of 90s, could have been the Microsoft 90s, of course, including Apple, the Apple company. So let's look at the HCI evaluation evolution. So I think for the senior faculty member, they know the history. The very beginning, the interaction is about the BPI, and then we go to the CLI, the command line interface. Maybe somebody had used MS-DOS. Yeah. Now we are in here, GUI. GUI, still use the GUI. In the top international conference or journals, we are studying those kind of concept. Yeah. So like a reality-based interface. So virtual reality, augmented reality, tangible interface, computing, and so on. And the natural interface proposed by Microsoft. There are a lot of studies about like gesture input, pen input, haptic, touch input, speech, emotion, and BCI. Of course, BCI is really today's big area. But it's it depends how do you the classified. Yeah. In each area, we think about the BCI as a kind of natural interface. And we have also privacy, ubiquitous computing, like wearable device, smart device, public device, and so on. And social computing, cloud sourcing, and CSW social network. So those we are currently studying. So I'd like to give a short the history about the human computer interaction, and then we can understand why I proposed the human engaged computing. So in this article, 2 years ago, I wrote this article. In this article, I talk about the HCI. In HCI, we have 4 ways. So the first way, to mainly focus human factors in the context of industry engineering and economics optimizing the fit between the human and the machines. So like this figure to about the screen, studying about screen angle and so on. The second way, inspired by cognitive psychology, emphasizes similarity between the human machine and information processing. So this is a very famous model in our area. So if you're interested in it, you can read this book. Sometime those authors also go to the CHEC conference. So for the third way is shifted research focus to humans by addressing some of social and emotion aspect of HCI. So the fourth and the current way is mainly incorporates insight from the positive psychology and cognitive neuroscience to assume an even more human-centric perspective that consider factors such as physical and psychological well-being, creative emotion, ethical values, and self-realization. So here, so what is the fifth will? Then I proposed, I believe the fifth will is a kind of this concept. I call it human engaged computing. So from the history and how many people know this person? Hca Is. I think everybody know AI, right? Artificial intelligence. Actually, he's one of the fathers about artificial intelligence. Yeah. And in his article, Man-Computer Symbiosis, the very famous article, he forecast 3 phases for how humans related to machines. The first, now currently we call the human computer interaction. And the second step is the human computer symbiosis. So in the last stage is like kind of AI. He called virtual intelligent machines. is a super AI. Yeah. So I and some colleagues believe we are now from the shifting from the human-computer interaction to human-computer symbiosis. Because after my article, there are some related article and including Kai panel and including Kai closing keynote speech and workshop in Europe, and some IEEE the conference. They are all talk about the human-computer integration or man-machine symbiosis. This topic. For example, in the Kai panel, I'm one of panelists. We are talking about the next generation about human-computer interaction. Each people give a different review. Then I proposed the human-engaged computing. Yeah. Actually, there are some panelists in this book. They talk about how different about AI and IA is because from the history, there are two groups in US. One big group is about study HCI. One group is about working on AI. This book described about their work and the history. This is a very interesting book. Yeah. So the researcher talk about the proposed similar, including Liquid proposed about human machine integration, about human machine the symbiosis. Yeah. But how different their proposal and my proposal? So mainly my proposal is in the HEC we have several key properties, such like I call synergy, because the synergy is considered the right balance and also holistic. Yeah. So also think about the Eastern-Western integration approach. And another key feature, key property in the human-engaged computing is also consider not only integration or symbiosis, but also consider the anti-biases. Yeah. So HEC aims at establishing synergized interaction between the engaged humans and the engaging computing for high-level wisdom, which enhanced our human survival property and our full potential as human. So as you can see, this is different with the traditional human-computer interaction concept. Because in traditional human-computer interaction, mainly think about the human as a part of a system, mechanical. For example, human just like a mechanical pointing input and think about performance only. So the HEC think about more human side, including the different level, the human aspects, like mindfulness and so on, emotion and so on. So, and we also think about so not only the maximizing the symposiums, but also in this concept minimizing anti-biases between the users and the computers. Yeah. So actually, this concept is started 10 years ago when I met the Douglas Imbert. So how many people know this guy? Douglas Imbert. Yeah, mouse inventor, and most most concept of HCI inventor. Yeah. So he wrote me a very important note. I want to share with you. So let me read. So let's focus our HCI attention to on increasing human capabilities to develop, integrate, and understand knowledge required for improving society's survival probability. So as you can see, he invented the mouse is not only for only that, but it's under his big vision. He want to use the computer to enhance the augment human capability. So after that, I start to learn some books to look at the trend, like we understand the human life be longer and longer, and also especially now the Asia, the people will be rich and rich, yeah. And I believe Indian will be now it's developed country will be rich and rich, yeah. Because I feel that here like 30 years China. When I was in Japan, I'm in Japan in 30 years. Before I go to Japan, to China like a kind of correlata this area. But I believe maybe Indian people can develop more faster, even after 10 or 15 years. Yeah. So when people get rich, what they want? So then I believe people need a high level entertainment or engagement will become part of their life. Because let's look at the world paradigm change. So in the 20th century paradigm, mainly the industry economy. But the 21st century paradigm, we are in internet economy. So I don't want to read each by each, but the general trend is the human centric. Yeah. Then I reached the idea we need to think about the human engagement, because if you can see this three from this book teach us in the agriculture time, if you have tools, you'll be strong. Then in industry, if you have machine, you'll be strong, you or the country. Now we are in the information technology. If you have a technology, you'll be strong. Actually, there in the international top conference and also the including the big company, like IBM, the Google, and so on. They are all working on this area. The serve, yeah. Look at emotion, health care, and entertainment. but I'm thinking about how about next, after the service time. Then I reach the human engagement. Yeah. So for the detail, you can read my article. I'd like highlighted several aspects about this concept. So the first, HEC is a philosophical thinking, not a concrete method for technology design. It provides a new lens to think about the relationship between the human and the computer. Of course, it's a dynamic, progressive, adaptable, and global social perspective. So HEC, so HCI, we have three aspects: human, computer, and the interaction. So in HEC, we give the three parts in the new meaning. For the human part, we call the engaged humans. For computer part, we give new meaning, engaging computers. And the interaction, we say synergize interaction. Yeah. And of course, it's a macro HCI, because the high level wisdom which enhance our human survival probability and our potential as human. So this figure to show the position of the traditional HCI and the new proposal HCEC, because the HCI is a quite narrow field of vision, is dominated by computer. So if you think about HEC is a kind of can extend the traditional HCI, yeah, to understand more, to even look at a universal sourcing. So if I have time, I think we can together think about those important questions. So here, this slide show the HEC covers the three levels. This is a traditional HCI study, level 1, such as usability and so on. Now the international conference, top conference, we are studying emotion, well-being, motivation, and so on. But less people think about the beyond the unknown, the human inner capability. Yeah. I believe we need also think about that part. This figure shows HEC linked to many areas. This is a traditional human-computer interaction area linked to the engineering and cognitive psychology, social science, and so on. So HEC covered more aspects. Yeah. So of course, so if the traditional HCI, they think about the humans like a kind of passive human, so the outcome may be normal. Then if you think about the engaged human, even use the same device, then we can get a better outcomes. So this figure use another aspect to show how HEC is different with the traditional the the relationship between the human and the computers. So this one uses the human motivation, the Maslow idea. As you can see, the traditional human computer interface of human central computing, they only covered the 2 levels. But our HEC, they covers more levels even beyond that. So this one is show the model, the framework of the human engaged computing. As I did say, we have three components, yeah, to show the relationship between the engaged humans and engaging computers. Yeah. So engaged humans, think about the humans whose capability are engaged and the progress enhanced by their engagement. So there are 4 levels of human capacity to be considered. So the physical, the motor control, and the second one is memory and logical problem solving, and the third level like social, trust, empathy, the moral, and so on. So the fourth level, emotion and the intuition and self-control and mindfulness. Yeah. So later I'll give you a case study about mindfulness we are studying. Yeah. So the engaging computer is the computer engaging when they enhance the human capacities. Yeah. So here the traditional HCI think about when we are doing evaluation for the human computer system, they only think about performance, error, and so on. But in the new concept, we are think about it's not just for that, or like productive or fun and so on. And but think about their ability to realize human potential. Yeah. So this is the new lens to think about the metric of the technology. And also the key challenge in designing this kind of system is to think about increase one capacity, but sometimes decrease another capacity. For example, we need to think about, for example, the children playing game. Maybe it's good, can improve the short-term learning outcome. But on the other hand, the people maybe lost their self-motivation or attention and so on. So the third component of in the HEC is the Synergize Interaction. So the Synergize Interaction is mainly think about we need to take a good right balance between the human and the computers. Yeah. So I'd like to give some example about anti-biases when we studying the human-computer interaction. Actually, there are some study already done, like smartphone distracting us when we are looking at them, and also navigation make us brain switch off, and Google is making us stupid, because when we think about what we want to find something or don't understand, just simply Google, and don't think about just look at the first the several items in the list. And also, of course, heavy technology used linked to fatigue, stress, and depressions in the, I think, either young people and old people. So this book described this kind of aspects. The author did give a closing keynote at CHEC last year. So this is a good example about our attention. So we are using the technology, smartphone, but actually this is a benefit for us for working for life. But on the other hand, our attention even less 1 second than goldfish. So here I'd like use this slide to the Bill Joy is a very famous people, and he is one of founder of Sun Microsystem. He did say innovation will occur, but it will occur elsewhere. So this means we need a rather focus on traditional disciplinary. We need to think about more closing the interdisciplinary. Yeah. So I'd like to use this example to say IIT may quickly make HCI department or HCI college or HCI school, because think about computer science history. They are established established this year, but however, a few universities get involved in US in that time. Yeah. So the computer science actually is also the interdisciplinary area. So at the last, I'd give you information. We have the ACM CHEC conference in Montreal in Canada. If you have chance, I strongly recommend you attend this conference. And we also have a Chinese CHI in the co-located the ACM CHI. So the submission deadline is the end of this month. So if you want to go to CHI, no chance go to CHI, but you can submit a paper to us to this conference, because this conference is a workshop of the ACM CHI. So this means you have if you go to this conference, you can have a chance to attend the CHI conference. So here, I'd like give you one case study about mindfulness based on mobile application and motion video games. So the human engaged computing is the only concept. Yeah, it's not for the kind of content or concrete methodology for design. But under the concept, we can think about a lot of concrete studies. Yeah. For example, meditation. Yeah. How many people do meditation in daily life? Only a few, actually. Yeah. So there are many ways to do meditation. So I just received the professor section, the way, and the other way. Actually, recently I read an article about meditation. They compared the counting meditation method with the other method. The journal article showed the counter meditation is more efficient than others. The counter meditation is like this. When you do meditation, you just simply think about the counter. The counter 1, 2, 3, so until 10. Then after 10, you can return to start at 1. So 1, 2, 3 until 10. 10 and come back, 1, 2, 3, 10. But not only that, you need according your breath in, out. So when you do the counter meditation, you can do the counting in, out. This is 1. And the second in, out, this is 2. So you do this kind of sequential bridge. Then, so make even beginner can easily do meditation. Yeah. I think you are already maybe get tired. How about we do the even 3 minutes meditation? Do the counter meditation. It's okay? So think about in, out, in, out. So each one step in, out is 1. Second, 3 until 10. Then come back. So people could not make attention. If you over 10, then you don't need to do any judgment. Just simply come back, start 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Doing like this. Yeah. So let's try 3 minutes, okay? I have an app. So 3 minutes. So I will start. So maybe half close your eye or just close your eye and get relaxed. Your hand just relax. Of course, usually we do this. We do this. Yeah. Okay, let's start. Slowly open your eye. How do you feel the time? Now I'm starting to talk about our case study work about meditation. So we presented this work in the last year CHEC conference. We had 4 papers at CHEC conference. So one of got a base award about eye tracking model. So so now today this one is because I linked HCI work. I'd like to introduce this one. Shrink this video. I'm sorry, no sound output. Actually, the sound output. So this study, we developed a framework about how to design meditation app for especially for a beginner, and even in very like a restaurant and not quiet environment. Yeah. Because the traditional app required the user need in a quiet environment, also mainly guided information. We have developed this app even for anybody, for easy to use. So the background is like this. So we are now around in the technology time, where everybody have a stress. So, but the good news is the benefits of meditation. So because meditation can increase well-being, reduce stress, anxiety, improve cognitive ability. There are several Nature papers in Nature and Science show the meditation can enhance the brain, enhance the cognitive ability. Because compared before, we have a function MR to can collect this kind of data to show the brain value. Yeah. Of course, the increased attention span through the meditation. So there are many benefits about the meditation. So, but meditation is not easy to learn, and especially to do in regulation by people themselves. The traditional some tools for meditation, like this headspace, need a kind of accessory. Through this device, they can detect this kind of sensor that detect the brain state. But this is very expensive, and also need some setup. It's not easy to use. However, we have the good news is we have the smartphone. So even in future, anybody have one smartphone. Then you can, if you can go to the App Store, you can find many the apps for meditation. However, current apps about meditation, the mainly is guided meditation, like a teacher to teach you how to do that. Then, but the problem is user need to adapt the piece of instruction, and also need a peaceful environment. So, and user, when the app guided the user, so the user could not concentrate on the meditation itself. Then we want to solve the problem use the easy way. Then we propose the attention regulation framework. So this framework is like this. We have a human, the technology, and we have attention, we have feedback. So the one challenge is, the first challenge is how technology detects human attention without any expensive biofeedback sensors. And then we learn the psychology concept, relaxation response. We call it IR. Yeah. So the IR is like this. The relaxation response, the counteracts stress response is a self-regulative process, can be elicited by anyone. This kind of repeated slow muscle movement. We have a traditional, like this kind of like meditation balls and the Tibetan bone and prayer wheel and prayer batters, like kind of this. Yeah. We want to use this kind of concept to design the when people the finger touch the smartphone, we use this kind of relaxation response concept. Later I will show you the more detail. The second challenge is we want to provide engaging feedback while not interrupting the natural process of attention regulation. Then we use the concept, another psychology concept, attention restoration theory. So this theory is a kind of recover from the mental fatigue after spending time with softer fascinations, like listening to the bird sounds or some ocean waves or water sound and so on. Then we use this two concept design our app. So this app already available in the App Store. We call it Pulse. Yeah. So I don't want to go to detail about this figure. You can find our paper to understand the. Yeah. Here I show the video. Unfortunately, the no sound output here, but you can see how do we use the two concepts to design the app. So this is used psychology IR relaxation response. Do the finger thoroughly touch. And then the output is ART. To use a purpose, or of course, if you can hear the sound, we have it like a water, like a bird sound. Yeah. This one, another video. So if it's too fast, then the purpose and also alert your attention. So in the following slide, I'd like introduce how did we evaluate it. Because in HCI work, the main work is not just idea, but evaluation. We need to provide the validation to show how this kind of system or device or app can be used by user easily. Yeah. So we compare our pause system app with the Headspace. This expensive user bio feedback system. Yeah. And we ask user to do 5 days. In each day, use either pause and Headspace 20 minutes to do the meditation. So then we test, we do the pre-test and the post-test, post-tests. Use different measurements like attention. We use attention network tests. Yeah. You can find the internet and somewhere. Yeah. Anyhow, so this is one of evaluation measurement compared to look at the before do the meditation, before the 5 days before and later. Yeah. Then we understand that our pod is doing quite a good job about response time. And also we have the second measurement is we call Prof, the mood state. You can also find it through the internet and somewhere. Yeah. It's also the both pause and the Headspace doing the quite job for the meditation. Yeah. And also we have a psychological general well-being index. This also used widely in the evaluation. Yeah. Yeah. So the totally the pause is doing quite good job, and we had a second study. We conducted a second study about environment effect. We want to know, we want to compare the in a very quiet place and the very busy place. How different about the two apps. Yeah. We call it calm in meeting room, and we also test the university cafeteria in the rush hour. This is a short video about. Unfortunately, you could not hear the sound. When you do the meditation, we set up put some sensor on the head to detect EEG signals and do analysis. So of course, and heart rate, yeah. So you use this kind of dependent variables, of course including interview. So here's the result. So so this shows our the pouch. The pouch is much in fact effective in the busy place. Yeah. And about EEG, so deep meditation, with our pulse in the busy place. The interview also showed we got a positive motivation about the people. Over half people preferred use our pulse. So this is a conclusion about this study. So the main contribution is, I think, not the app itself, but the concept to use traditional psychology, the two psychology concept design to provide a kind of methodology to design this kind of application without expensive auxiliary and without expensive biofeedback sensors. Yeah. So my talk want to be end of here. In the rest time, maybe a couple minutes, so I'm happy to do the Q&A if you have any questions. Yeah.
What would be strategies for universal sourcing for designing any human-engaged computing technology? What would be strategies for universal sourcing in that?
Can you speak a lot? Sorry. Can you?
When designing any human-engaged computing technology, like this app only, then what could be strategies for universal sourcing? Like in diagram previously, human HCI was not exposed, expanded view, and so at the end, human-engaged computing has universal sourcing. So how various individuals all over universe will...
Yeah, good question. Yeah, good question. So the HEC, first, the HEC is a concept of to look at the relationship between the humans and the computers. It's not a concrete, detailed methodology principles. But one of the properties is about in HEC is to look at the holistic in the figure. Yeah, the holistic means, for example, you can imagine if when you design the automotive cars, so for example, from the point A to point B, for example, if you use the traditional HCI thinking, we just think about the time and performance. We just quickly from A point to go to the B point, whatever the other point. If some accident happened in the middle, the system may be automatically to think about go to the way to quickly reach the B, whatever that happened. But when you think about the ADC concept, then you need to look at not only the two positions, you need to the whole holistic. Maybe if you're a doctor, there's some accident happened in the middle, then maybe you like the car, or the car understand your feeling, then they go to to look at what happened, even for the patient and so on. So this kind of the concept thinking, so under the human engaged computing, yeah. So you can get more idea based on that, yeah.
So like in this case studies,
yeah.
there was 20 cases.
Yeah.
So we control some of
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah.
So it was like randomized control trial.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can do universal sourcing
yeah.
by giving our technology to some cases and controls that way, like a randomized control trial.
Sorry, I'm not sure your
like in this example from A to B, there is a person who may be a patient.
Yeah.
In that case, it have to be a different scenario.
Yeah.
So how I will adapt my technology so that it will consider a patient also while considering humans all over the world. Well, there can be various scenarios, like a pregnant lady or a patient or a small kid who went in car and asked it to drive from A to B. So how I will be like taking those scenarios in account. Universal sourcing I didn't understood that.
This means the holisticity. Yes. Yeah, I say I did taught. Yeah. To look at the more not narrow the aspect, to look at the whole. Yeah. Thanks.
Hello, Prof.
Yeah.
What made you think about this meditation scenario, making it engaged meditation, whereas the meditation, it is something to disengage yourself from certain things, entire body, physique, going specifically to the cognition, using cognition, but still we are involving the physical abilities for this computer engaged thinking. What do you feel need of this?
I could not 100% catch your idea.
We are having this technology, and with the help of this screen, we are meditating. Right? But what would be the use of it? Whereas we generally in meditation we try to release ourselves from everything. It is a phenomenon of mindfulness.
Yeah.
And here we are engaging ourselves physically with this technology.
Yeah.
So, relevance for this.
I could not 100% catch your question, but this app is a kind of meditation learning for beginner, in very beginner. Yeah. If once you can do meditation well, then you don't need this app again. Yeah. In the very beginning, because people could not concentrate or less concentrate on that in the meditation state, especially in the busy or not calm place. So if people like a kind of trigger for doing meditation. This my answer not sure.
But I understood that. Mainly meditation means we learn to concentrate.
Attention.
So attention, how can when we do meditation, either we do meditation on God, or some circle on this point. So we just try to concentrate on things. This app basically essentially helps us to concentrate. I think that's the answer.
Yeah.
Isn't it that? I am not very sure.
Yeah, even for the people never do meditation, especially for this kind of people, if you follow this, then they can get a meditation feeling. Yeah. If get familiar, maybe don't need to use this. Yeah.
I have one question. Sir, actually, I'm also doing research related to some.
Can you speak a lot? Can you speak a lot?
somewhat meditation techniques.
Oh, good.
And I found in literature there are n number of meditations like Chinese meditation, Qigong meditation, transcendental meditation, mindfulness is one of them, Sudarshan Kriya is also one of them. And I found many meditation techniques, they have their own effects. I mean, they conclude in different ways. So validation is a problem. I found. Means and it is a kind of subjective. Means suppose one long-term practitioners of meditation, if you ask one question like how do you feel at the during meditation? So somebody is telling his or her experience in a different way. But as an engineer, we as a mathematician means we interpret it in a mathematical way. Maybe the science is not reached in that way up to that end. So how I mean through this act, I mean how you validate those things? I mean if I am talking about mindfulness meditation.
So I think if not, I'm not wrong, your question is about how to evaluate the different kind of meditation, right? Yeah.
And one more thing, sir. Actually, meditation starts initially not health healing system. Like right now, it is means to reduce the stress or anxiety, that kind of. But it is initially started with a God attainment, self-realizations, kind of. Means according to the Patanjali Kriya Yoga Sutra and all these things. So means this is right now it is treated as in Western like health healing system.
What?
Means how you health healing system like to reduce the stress and anxiety effect in our.
The first question is about how to evaluate. Actually, our paper, this work is already show some way to evaluate the meditation. Like we learn a paper, they also done we call the short-term evaluation, the 5 days. We set up, we guiding the participant together. When before start meditation, we ask them to do the different psychology index or tests. We got a score, and after that we also do the same one to look at what happened after 5 days, during the 5 days. So this is the kind of methodology to evaluate. Of course, you can find. You can the other methodology. For example, the evaluation you can use EEG and heart rate and so on. Those this kind of physiological index. It also depends on your target. Not only just the different kind of meditation tools. It's also depend on the what do you want to evaluate, your target. Then we can do the evaluation design accordingly. Yeah.
Is it in the at the time of during meditations we acquire that response, relaxation response?
Yes.
So in that case, may not means I don't know exactly. Means our attention will be in that way, means rather concentrated.
Yes, exactly. Because when you when you could not attention on that, if you do it fast, or was very slow, the app can detect your finger speed, then give you a feedback, such as you are too fast, too slow, and so on. Then you must concentrate on your finger movement. So the feedback is now say you're doing very well. If you do this, the feedback say you're too fast. So this kind of feedback can provide for the user. This my answer.
It's a my question.
Yeah.
If somebody is pretending like doing meditation,
Uh-huh.
but it's kind of he's doing fake meditation. Means,
So can you say again?
so means through this app
Uh-huh.
can we detect fake meditation? Somebody is pretending doing meditation,
Uh-huh.
but he is not actually doing meditation.
Not meditation.
Means how means fake meditation.
Faking, individual is faking.
Faking.
False meditation.
False meditation.
She meant like whether we can detect
Sorry.
true meditation and false meditation through this app.
False meditation.
False.
Among your 20 subjects, any one subject number 20,
Uh-huh.
you took him into consideration,
Uh-huh.
and that fellow gave the data, but how did you validate whether he was meditating or simply playing with your app? And you found that he is meditating.
The point is playing with this app will increase your mindfulness. Yes, that is the point. You don't get to meditate and then do this.
No, he said like that.
No.
During meditations you have to.
Yeah, the purpose is increase mindfulness. This is the purpose. To help normal people, especially for the beginner, to do the meditation. Yeah.
Sir, during meditation only we have to touch screen.
Yeah, only do this. Yeah, this way very simple. You don't need the lot of app is we call the guided meditation. Yeah. You receive the introduction. You need to think about that. So for this one, so anybody just simply following on this, do this. You don't need to think about anything. Just follow. Just in the beginning, just follow the circle. Just do this. Yeah, just do this.
For this particular problem, I just want to add one more solution. Actually, the thing is that one feature, face detection features can be added. So for the beginners who will just try to meditate, so if we detect that he is blinking his eyes, some kind of things gradually, and such kind of recommendation in his next stage, that reduce your eye blinking, such kind of thing, then we can recheck that whether he is actually improving or not. That particular area, I think.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we can. Yeah, if possible, you can use the eye information and so on for improve this one. Yeah, of course. Yeah. But basically, the concept is use this simple human feature. Yeah, like a finger movement.
Even with the expression of that particular man with the sound can be improved with his face, I mean emotions, how he is reacting with the particular sound, whether he needs some different kind of sounds or not.
Yeah, of course,
so
of course.
Those kind of people really
Yeah, you're right.
multiplex with this.
You're right. Yeah. We may including some good results from the area like music therapy area and so on. We still need a lot of improvement. But the basic concept is there. I think you already got it.
puzzles. Can we call a game of puzzles which increases our cognitive abilities as a human engaged computing?
Game.
Can we call a game of puzzles
Game?
can we call a game of puzzles which increases our cognitive abilities as a human engaged computing? Because it is a combination of engaged computers and engaged humans, right? So can we call it as human engaged computing?
Can we? I could not catch the. Sorry.
I can read the answer. So game of puzzles is basically the purpose is to measure the mental ability or mental workload. Okay. So just it is the purpose that how we can use this puzzle or game to measure the cognitive load or workload, whatever you can say. So it is the purpose. It is not the engaged computing. Okay. So here the concept of engaged computing is that, so but suppose you are using an interface, right? You are not finding it good. So it is okay, fine. So then what you will do? So you will not be able to engage with the interface. So that there will be loss of retention. Right? But if you can develop an interface in such a way that the computer can understand that that user is not interested in that. So they can change the interface. And then both the human and then computer can be engaged. So the concept is here, right? So one application that he has shown it is a meditation, where we can see that if you are not properly in the line of meditation, so they will do something so that the meditation process can be successful. So is the concept. I think another case study. So that game or game can also the another case study he could not use it here. So there are many applications that we can think about here. This is the concept of engaged computing is coming.
Yeah, I could not understand your pronunciation, but later I understand. You did say game puzzle, right? Yeah, the game puzzle simply, if the game puzzle can improve the human potential, we can see this is a case study for HTC. If not, we need to find a way how to minimize the game puzzle, the negative part for the human.
In fact, there are a number of game puzzles also people are not using to increase the attention or that cognitive load or whatever it is there. For example, Stoop test score you have heard about. If you use it several times, you will find an ability to increase your attention or this one. So in that sense it is correct here. Yeah, I think we may have many questions, right? But Professor is still tomorrow, so we can
maybe your last. Okay, we have time. He can be last.
Yeah, definitely.
Have there been any innovations in terms of hardware when it comes to furthering HEC?
Can you share again? Sorry.
Have there been any innovations in terms of hardware
Hardware.
to further the philosophy of HEC?
This HEC itself is a kind of philosophy concept, not linked to the directly the hardware, but
interaction with the phone, like physical interaction with the phone actually contributes to antibiotics. So, have there been any innovations in terms of hardware?
One of example is one of our projects. We are studying make a special hardware can ask a user to feel the texture. So this is a kind of new innovation. So under the concept of the thinking, So we can feel the different texture. This paper work is presented in the ACM SIGGRAPH and ACM also top conference IIS. You can find the paper. We call it EV pen. So if you have more questions, send me. You can find my homepage and send me email. Yeah.
On the university side?
On my website. Yeah. You can search Xiangshi Ren. I think you can find.
In the schedule I have given the website or just anyway, so that I can pass it to you. Okay, I will just include all the information of all respected faculty members in the website. I give the full details so that you can list to them easily. Okay, with this I would like to thanks to Professor Ren for such a good talk, right? And then he is basically the pioneer in the concept, so it is being started. So obviously, in order to materialize these things, it will take some time, definitely. So we should wait for that day so that we can apply that concept, human engaged computing, more in a more strengthful way, actually, one day. Now, on behalf of this organization, right, from the department and institute side, we would like to hand over memento from the institute. May I request Dr. Monalish Sarma to hand over this memento to Professor Ren.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can we take a picture for this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't take it.